Little girl, always picking a fight with me. You know that I'm bad, but you're spending the night with me. You know that I'm bad, night with night. Know that I'm bad, night with night. Know that I'm bad, night with night. Know that I'm
welcome back to my channel. So for today I am so excited about this video. Since I found out that they were coming out with this palette, I've wanted to get my hands on it. I was like, okay, I have to get this palette, I want to do this video, and when I got it in mail I was so excited. Now before this video I hadn't even swatched the palette, I hadn't done anything. So yeah, if you haven't gotten already, I am talking about the Hudabeauty textured eyeshadow palette, the rose gold edition. It looks like this. And come on, look at this palette. The first time I saw this palette, like pictures of it, I like almost lost my mind. I was like, okay, I need it, done, sold. I need this in my life. When I look at palettes, I love like looking at something and getting a lot of different ideas of looks that I want to create with those palettes, and that's when I know like, okay, I need that palette, because I get so many ideas at once. This is what I want to do, this and this and this. And when I saw this palette, it was like overboard in my brain. I didn't really know, I got like so many ideas. I was like, okay, you can do so much with this palette. Look at it, you can create like hundreds of different looks with it, which is something that I really do like with a palette, because it makes you feel like when someone created this, they put down a lot of thought into their product, which is always nice to know. That was like my initial reaction to knowing that they were coming out with a palette. Now that I've actually got it, I wanted to do a review on it, because there's nothing worse than longing for something. Oh, I really want this palette, or I really want this product, and then getting it and being disappointed. But there's nothing better than like waiting for something, and when you get it, it's like better than you thought. So I wanted to do a review and swatch these shadows, and also do a tutorial using them all in one, just so that you guys can actually see my first impressions of this palette. So I'm gonna start off with the mattes, and I'm gonna just do like this with a few of them. That is just swatched, and I'm really impressed with the pigmentation, especially with this one, because a lot of shadows that are reddish or red, they don't swatch, or they aren't really pigmented. Swatch some of the shimmery shadows, not the textured ones, just the shimmer ones. And that one next to it is #blessed. So beautiful, so soft. Now I'm gonna swatch the textured ones, which are the ones that I was mostly excited about. So here we have the textured ones. These are 24K, Rose Gold, and Trust Fund. They are definitely like different than any other shadow that I've ever used or touched. They are like wet to the touch, but they're still dry. It's super, it's weird, it's different, and they are super pigmented. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much, because I will be talking a lot during the tutorial, and at the end of the video I will have my full opinion of this shadow, this palette. I can't talk. I will have like my full review of this palette, what I think about the shadows, and all of that. So if you want to see how I got this look, and also my review of the Hudabeauty Rose Gold Edition palette, then please keep on watching. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna use the Iconic London Retexturizing Face Primer. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Luminous and Smooth Foundation. I'm in the shade 220. So I just did my brows quickly off camera, and now it's time for the best part of the video. I am going to be using the new Huda Beauty Textured Shadows palette, the Rose Gold edition. I'm so excited. It looks like this. Oh, I think my light is like... I'm gonna open it. I'm obsessed. Now, I haven't swatched or anything. I'm so excited about this palette. So this palette is like so hyped because everyone loves Huda Beauty, and all of her other products are really great in my opinion. I love their shadows. I love their lashes, and I do love their liquid lipsticks as well. So everyone has such high expectations because it's such a great company. And I'm really liking the fact that they have come up with something new, these like textured shadows. I've never heard of anything like it before, so I'm really excited. And I will be like swatching and everything and giving you my full review and also doing a tutorial in this video. So yeah, I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna start right off. I'm not gonna swatch anything now because I'm gonna do that in the beginning. So you have already seen the swatches. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. It's called Bay. Love that. And I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. Next up, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, Sandalwood, on my Morphe M513 brush. So just my first impression, these are super smooth. They like glide on really nicely. They're pigmented, but they are still like buttery, and they're very finely milled, but still when you like dip your brush in it, it doesn't explode. There isn't any fallout, what I've seen so far with the mattes, but I don't know about the shimmers yet. But I really like it, like when you dip your brush into it, it doesn't really like explode like a lot of other palettes do, and so far no fallout. So next up, I'm gonna go into the shade Henna right here on that same brush. So I'm gonna go into the shade Cocoa on my Morphe M503 brush, and I'm gonna apply that a little bit lower on the outer corner of the crease. Apply a little bit of loose powder on my outer corner just because I want it to have like a straight edge. I'm just going to continue on with this shade Cocoa, but I'm going to apply it with a pencil brush right now, and I'm going to focus it on the outer corners. I'm going to take the dual fiber blend, the E41 from the new Precise. I think it's the On Point Precise set from Sigma. It's like a dual fiber brush, but a blending brush. And I'm gonna just blend that color out. I'm gonna apply a little bit of the black shade. This is Black Truffle, very close to the lash line on the outer corner. I'm just gonna go in with my Iconic London blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend everything together to make sure it's seamless. As for the fun part, I'm gonna go into this shadow right here. This is Rose Gold. Yeah, Rose Gold. And this is one of the textured shadows, so I'm super excited to try it out. And I've heard that these shadows apply best if you use your finger, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna dip my finger into it. Okay, so these are, wow, this is definitely a new formula. Like, I've never felt anything like it. It's wet to the touch, but it's still like a shadow, but it's like a pressed glitter or a pressed pigment. It's like all of that in one, and I can see that there are like chunks in it, but it's still very smooth. Yeah, I don't know how one shadow does all of that. So we're gonna apply it to the lid and see how it looks. Wow, okay. I've never used a shadow that is this pigmented. This is crazy. Like, I need to zoom you guys in. Can you see that? Like, no shadow is that pigmented. That's crazy. It's like foiled. It's like a foil shadow, but it's not. I can't explain it, but it's so nice. Okay, the only thing is I don't like applying shadows with my fingers because it feels like I don't really have control over it, but for this shadow, I will do it. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a brush just to blend out the edges. Go in with a brush. It does blend without removing any of the pigment, which I like because there are a lot of shadows that are super pigmented, but as soon as you like start blending them out, everything disappears and it's like nothing on your lid. But I can blend this out without removing like that wow effect. I'm so impressed, guys. This is crazy. I wanted to try out more of them, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this one. This is 24K, and I'm just gonna dab it in the center of my lid. I barely touched that shadow, and it's still so pigmented, and it's still showing up really nicely. I'm gonna go back into the black truffle shadow, and I'm just gonna line I'm just gonna drag that across my lash line just before I apply lashes. For lashes, I'm gonna go into the Hudabeauty mink lashes in Marilyn. I'm going to go into the Maybelline Master Conceal. I just set my under eyes with the NYC Smooth Skin Powder, and now I'm going to set the rest of my face with the It Cosmetics 5x Porous Powder. Skin and contour, I'm going to go into the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I'm just going to remove that powder from underneath my eyes. So I just want to lighten up like the places that I highlighted. So I'm going to go in with the with the NYX banana powder, and I'm just going to apply this wherever I highlighted. This will just bring a light to the center of the face and will just tie the whole look together. I love this step. For my lower lash line, I'm going to go into the shade Sandalwood. Apply a little bit of cocoa on the outer corners. Like that. Now I'm just going to tightline with the Paris Berlin Kohl eyeliner in 201. It's just a brown pencil. Mascara, I'm using the Telescopic Carbon Black. My inner corners, I'm going to use the shade Moon Dust. Highlight my face, I'm actually going to use this palette as well. I saw this shade Moon Dust that I highlighted my inner corners with, and I thought it would be a really beautiful highlight shade. I love taking shadows from different palettes and using them as highlights because there are so many shadows, so many palettes with a lot of nice shimmery shadows that work great as highlighters. So I wanted to see how this one would look as a highlighter. So I'm going to apply that with my Morphe N501 brush, and I think this is just a really good test to see how good this palette is and how versatile it is and how it works. Well, it definitely works as a highlighter, and it's a beautiful highlighter. For blush, I'm going to use the thebalm Cabana Boy blush, not brush, blush. Lastly, for lips, I'm firstly going to go into the Estee Lauder Double Wear lip pencil in 08 Spice. Go on top of that with the Anastasiabeverlyhills liquid lipstick in Naked. This is my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. I love it. I'm also gonna go on top of that with just a little bit of the Anastasiabeverlyhills lip gloss in Toffee. This is from the spring mini set with lip glosses, and I'm just gonna dab that a little bit on the center of my lips. So this is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I love how it turned out, even though I didn't really focus on the look. I just wanted to create something with this palette and test it out and review it for you guys. So what are my final thoughts? I love this palette. I definitely think it's worth your money. I know that a lot of palettes, not everyone wants to spend $65 on a palette, but I think if you are going to spend that money on a palette, this is one that is definitely worth your money. You get your money's worth, definitely. I feel like it's a great palette. It's something new. It's not something that someone has done before, and you get these amazing shades. It's a big palette. You get 18 shades, I think. Yeah, you get 18 shades with, which is great for any palette, I feel like. And you get colors that you will definitely use, shades that you will use. You have your neutrals, you have your pops of colors, you have a black, which I feel is great to have in any palette, but not all palettes do have a black shadow. And then you have these shimmery shades that are just beautiful, but on top of that you get these textured shades, which are something new that no one has done before, which I really like, because that's what I love with Huda Beauty. I feel like they are always trying to do something new with their liquid lipstick. They were always trying to do something that, or with their eyelashes, they're trying to do something that no one has done before, and they want to make all of their customers happy, and they want to give you something that you'll really love. And I feel like they did it with this palette. I was so excited about this palette, and I was so happy when I got it in the mail, because I don't know, I feel like there has been a lot of hard work behind this palette, and it shows. Now, I've only used it this one time, but I feel like you can definitely see it from the first time with shadows if you're gonna like them or not. They're super soft. They are so blendable, they're pigmented, and the textured shadows are incredible. They're like this new formula that I've never used before, and I've used so much makeup. So for me to find something totally new, I'm so happy about it, and I feel like it definitely works. It's not something gimmicky, it's not something that you just will work in theory. It does really work when you try to use it. I applied it and it looked amazing and unbelievable. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting this palette and you're not sure, definitely go for it. I don't think you will regret it, and yeah, it's great. And now I'm just hoping that they will come out with more palettes, because so far so good. So that was my thoughts and my tutorial on using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition palette. I hope you enjoyed this look and this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!